Environmental triggers. Think of these triggers as a fear that the individual has for something which usually requires a redirection to a location away from these triggers if a precursor behavior begins and it's too late to implement prevention techniques. You will see that most of these will require a redirection away from the trigger, which is discussed in its own lecture coming up after the meats categories have been covered. Here are examples of common environmental triggers. Large crowds, like parties and parades, redirect to a quieter area or leave the event. Animals, such as dogs, birds, and bugs. These are usually not predictable when they will be around, and the individual is outdoors, so be alert and ready to redirect if needed. Boating. This is where seasickness can occur. Check with their doctor to see if Dramamine can be given, and if so, then use it on the first boating trip, which is best, otherwise a bad first experience will make it more difficult the next time. Darkness. Outside and inside may feel scary, so use night lights in the bedroom and have the individual hold their own flashlight when outside at night. Smoke or fire. This is a visual trigger and will require a redirect. If the smell is what bothers them, then that would be a sensory trigger, which we will go over in another lecture. Fast vehicles and traffic. If the individual is traveling in a vehicle, try to have them use a handheld game or movie to distract during the drive. Heights, such as stairs, balconies, theme rides, high-rise buildings with windows, bridges, escalators, elevators. Person. A certain person around may agitate the individual, so just don't have them around if you see this issue. Crosswalks. Have them point to something across the street like while holding their hands. So if they like something across that street, they're more inclined to want to cross the street. Repeat this often. Traveling. The fear of planes, trains, and ships is common, which the desensitizing process may take multiple trips to reduce the fear. Again, environmental triggers are usually a fear of something, which requires desensitizing and redirection to manage precursors and behaviors. Now let's move on to the attention category of meats in the next lecture.